Go over the core science topics, grading, and the setup for the online class. Here's that course description. You can look at the syllabus, but today the big focus is topics, homework policy, and class setup. Course content. In the first week of school, we'll learning about science. There'll be an introduction to lab safety, scientific method, and some basic scientific equipment. In the second week of school, we start talking about solids, liquids, and gases, a review of the states of matter, particle model, and talking about diffusion. Towards the end of the month, we'll proceed to heat and energy, discussing how to measure temperature. We'll talk about the difference between temperature and heat, the ways to have heat transfer, and the effect of cooling by evaporation. Our fourth unit is properties of solutions, classification of matter, different types of mixtures, colloids, etc. How solubility works, how to determine concentration, and how to separate solutions. The last month of class, we'll close down with acid and bases, talk about properties of acid and bases, talk about the pH scale, which is how acids and bases are measured. We'll measure the strength of an acid, and we'll talk about acid and bases in our lives. The grading for the class is as follows. 50% is classwork, 30% is assessment, which is your tests and quizzes, and your final exam represents 20%. Don't forget, there is no midterm exam. That's why the values are as such. Homework policy. Any late assignments will receive a maximum score of 50% of the total possible points. There'll be an email sent at the end of the week to remind people. Be aware, what I will probably do is I'll assign homework on Tuesday's class, and on Wednesday's class, we'll go over the answers. So once I start going over the answers, I can't give you full credit for your homework. And then you'll have 2 weeks from that day to get the work into me, but after that, I will not accept it. The classwork setup will be as follows. Every day you'll have an agenda dated. You'll have all the materials that we cover in that class. This is an M2 example, but M1 will be very similar. You'll always have a lecture and a PowerPoint. You'll have the reading assignment or homework assignment to be done in class. You'll have other things that will be all on the agenda. So if you're ever absent, you look for that day you're absent and look at the agenda, which will have all your materials. The assignment will be a secondary post. If you do a lab in the agenda and you do a reading assignment in the agenda, it'll pop up as 2 different assignments because that's how the grades work. You have to go to the assignment, click it to submit, and that will take care of your grade for the assignment. There'll also probably be a third thing because we're online now where you'll have material and it'll be all the videos in the class. Because I think if I put everything in the agenda, it'll be a little bit unwieldy. There'll be too much information in one place. So for the online class, the daily agenda tells you what's happening in class. The assignments will be dated also, tied into that day of the agenda. And the videos will be under another material that's also dated. So you'll know what's happening each day of the class. And they'll be separated by weeks. So it'll be week 1, May 25th, and May 26th. And you'll have the 2 different days in the week. And then in week 2, you'll have June and the 2 days in the week. And then week 3, you'll have June again, 2 days in the week. Okay, and that'll be the setup. Thank you very much.
First.